Mortal Kombat has spent 30 years asking one question across 30-plus video games, multiple movies, and a comic book run nobody asked for, but everybody loves. Who in the multiverse is actually the most dangerous person to be in a room with? The roster ranges from ninja with frozen kunai to literal architects of time who can delete entire timelines from existence. The fatalities range from spine removal to genocide via cosmic reset. Power scaling in this universe is, to put it gently, all over the place. Here are the 12 most lethal combatants in Mortal Kombat history, ranked from skilled mortal warriors to cosmic tier threats that can edit reality. Spoilers for everything, blood for everyone, and if you have ever wondered why a thunder god ranks beneath an immortal dragon man, keep watching. Kitana. Kitana opens the list because she is, mechanically, the most normal lethal fighter in the roster. A 10,000-year-old Edenian princess who, despite the unusual age, is fundamentally a martial artist with bladed fans. She does not have Hellfire. She is not a Shadow Wraith. She is not a sorcerer. She just hits very hard with very sharp things, and she has been doing it for 100 mortal lifetimes. Her signature fatality is one of the most memorable in the franchise. The Kiss of Death, where she blows the opponent a kiss that inflates them like a balloon until they pop. The newer games swap in steel fan beheadings and limb removal, but the kiss is still the one everyone remembers. Her lore kill count is impressive for a non-godly being. She has cut down countless Outworld soldiers across the various Mortal Kombat tournaments, taken out Shao Kahn's enforcers, and in the MK1 timeline, she ascends to become Empress of Outworld through actual capability, not inheritance. The power tier reason she sits at the bottom of this list and not higher is straightforward. Kitana is a top-tier mortal. She does not have realm-bending powers. She does not steal souls, and she cannot rewrite time. What she has is centuries of perfect technique, royal blood combat training, and weapons that turn an ordinary throw into a guillotine. In any room not containing a literal god, she would be the most dangerous person in it. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is a cryomancer, meaning his body produces ice, and not in the metaphor sense. He freezes blood mid-circulation. He builds weapons out of nothing. He has, at various points in the franchise, frozen entire battlefields solid and shattered the people standing on them. There are two Sub-Zeros across the timeline, the original Bi-Han and his younger brother Kuai Liang, and depending on which game you are in, one of them is leading the Lin Kuei assassin clan, while the other is dead, possessed, or recently unpossessed. The signature fatality is one of the most iconic in gaming. The spine rip. Sub-Zero reaches into the opponent's neck, pulls upward, and removes the entire skull and spinal column in one motion. The 1992 original made parents file complaints. The 2011 remake animated it in HD. The lore kill count includes the killing of Hanzo Hasashi, the act that created Scorpion, countless rival assassins, and entire enemy clans across multiple realms. The power tier reason he edges out Kitana is the elemental factor. Cryomancy is not a learnable skill. It is biological hardware, where Kitana relies on weapons and training. Sub-Zero relies on ammunition his body generates infinitely. In the MK1 timeline, the cryomancers are revealed to descend from a god-touched bloodline, which only sharpens the gap. Scorpion, Hanzo Hasashi, was a mortal ninja. Then Sub-Zero killed him, slaughtered his entire Shirai Ryu clan, and Quan Chi resurrected him in the Netherrealm as a hellfire-wielding specter with one objective. Scorpion is now what happens when you give a master assassin the powers of damnation and let him out on parole. The signature fatality is the most recognizable single attack in fighting game history. The spear, the rope, get over here. The mask coming off, the unleashed hellfire incinerating the opponent's head down to the skull in a single breath. It has been recreated in every Mortal Kombat game since 1992. The lore kill count includes the systematic execution of everyone responsible for the Shirai Ryu massacre, multiple confrontations that left Quan Chi decapitated, and a long resume of Netherrealm enforcement work during his various stints as either Earthrealm ally or undead villain. The power tier reason he beats Sub-Zero on this list is the upgrade Hanzo received in death. A mortal ninja is dangerous. A mortal ninja made of hellfire capable of teleporting through portals to the Netherrealm and back, immune to most conventional death. That is a different class of problem. Sub-Zero can kill a man. Scorpion can kill a man who is already dead. Saibot. When Scorpion killed Baihan, the original Sub-Zero, his soul did not go on to whatever peaceful afterlife mortals usually get. Quan Chi grabbed it on the way down, dragged it into the Netherrealm, stripped it of identity, and reforged it into Noob Saibot, a shadow being made of pure hatred. No longer Baihan, no longer Sub-Zero, just a wraith with a vendetta against everything alive. His name is Boone and Tobias backwards, in case anyone has not noticed in 30 years. The signature fatality involves the shadow clone he can summon at will. The most iconic version has Noob Saibot creating a duplicate, then having both versions rip the opponent in half between them, one going left, one going right, with the body splitting cleanly down the middle. The lore kill count is harder to pin down because much of his work happens off-screen as the leader of the Brotherhood of Shadow. But in the main games, he serves as an Executioner tier threat across multiple timelines. The power tier reason he outranks Scorpion is the Wraith status. Scorpion is a Spectre, still mostly Hanzo, still mostly a person, still bound by some recognizable rules. Noob Saibot is a Wraith. He has no remaining humanity to anchor him, no goal beyond destruction, and access to shadow mechanics that let him exist as multiple beings at once. He is what Scorpion would be if you removed every soft edge. Quan Chi. Quan Chi is a sorcerer from the Netherrealm whose specialty is necromancy. He raises the dead. He controls them after raising them. He is the reason Scorpion exists in his current form, the reason multiple Earthrealm heroes spent entire games as undead revenants serving Shinnok, and the reason a significant percentage of the franchise's heroes ended up dead in the first place. If you trace the worst things that happen in Mortal Kombat backward, the trail usually ends at Quan Chi smiling. The signature fatality is the classic head tier. Quan Chi rips the opponent's skull clean off the spine and holds it up triumphantly. Variations include the beatdown finisher, where he pulls off limbs as trophies. The lore kill count is staggering when you include indirect kills, because Quan Chi orchestrated the original Shirai Ryu massacre that created Scorpion, controlled the Wraith army that killed countless Earthrealm warriors during MK9's invasion, and personally executed numerous fighters across multiple games. The power tier reason he outranks the ninjas is scope. Scorpion kills one person at a time. Quan Chi raises armies of the dead and points them at entire realms. He has been killed multiple times across the franchise and keeps coming back because sorcerers of his caliber treat death as a temporary inconvenience. Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung is a soul-stealing sorcerer who has lived for centuries by absorbing the life essences of the warriors he defeats. He hosts the Mortal Kombat tournament on behalf of Shao Kahn. He can shapeshift into any character whose soul he has consumed, gaining their powers, memories, and combat techniques in the process. He is essentially every character on this list at the same time, if he has had the chance to collect them. The signature fatality is the classic Soul Steal. Shang Tsung drains the opponent's life essence in a green torrent of energy, leaving behind a desiccated corpse, while his own body absorbs whatever they were carrying. Recent games animate it as the literal pulling of the soul out through the mouth and lungs. The lore kill count is incalculable because his power is sustained by killing. Every century alive is another century of harvested souls. He killed Liu Kang in MK4, and in the MK11 Aftermath storyline, he manipulates events to become the master architect of the entire timeline before Liu Kang takes it back. The power tier reason he outranks Quan Chi is the versatility. Quan Chi controls the dead. Shang Tsung becomes the dead, with all their abilities intact. He can be Liu Kang's punches in one round and Sub-Zero's ice in the next. There is no single way to prepare for fighting him because the man you are fighting changes mid-combo. Sindel. Sindel was the queen of Edenia and Kitana's mother. She killed herself rather than serve Shao Kahn after he conquered her realm. Then Quan Chi resurrected her with a massive power boost and pointed her at Earthrealm. What happened next is the single most brutal scene in Mortal Kombat history. In MK9, resurrected Sindel walks into the middle of the Earthrealm hero team's last stand and kills, in approximate order, Kitana, Jade, Kung Lao, Stryker, Smoke, Nightwolf, and Cabal. 7 major franchise characters in one extended sequence, almost entirely on her own. Her signature fatality is the hair impalement, where her own key-charged hair becomes a whip that pierces opponents through the chest, or the sonic scream attack that liquefies internal organs and pulps skulls. The lore kill count for Sindel is one of the highest of any single character per appearance in the franchise. She did not just defeat the Earthrealm team in MK9, she ended an entire generation of heroes in one fight. The power tier reason she outranks the sorcerers is raw output. Quan Chi and Shang Tsung are dangerous through scheming and indirect kills. Sindel walks into a room and depopulates it personally. Her resurrected form runs on essence harvested directly from the dying realms around her, and there is no version of her where the answer to, can she kill a roster, is anything other than yes. Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is the Emperor of Outworld. He is also, technically, a usurper. He was once Onaga's advisor and poisoned his way to the throne, but he has held it through pure combat dominance for centuries. He conquers realms by winning 10 consecutive Mortal Kombat tournaments and absorbing them into Outworld, and he has done this many times. Every realm Outworld currently contains is one Shao Kahn collected this way. The signature fatality is the hammer. Shao Kahn pulls out an oversized Wraithforged warhammer and slams it down on the opponent's head, reducing it to paste in a single swing. The animation has been refined across generations of games, but the core idea, gigantic hammer, gigantic swing, gigantic mess, has not changed since 1993. His lore kill count includes the original Great Kung Lao, Kung Lao's ancestor, the original Earthrealm protectors before Raiden's current generation, and during MK9's invasion arc, he nearly succeeded in absorbing Earthrealm itself, which would have killed billions of people in one event. The power tier reason he outranks Sindel is scale. Sindel killed 7 heroes in one scene. Shao Kahn killed an unknown number of entire realms across his reign. He has personally challenged and nearly killed Raiden, a god, in single combat. Even when defeated, it takes the direct intervention of the Elder Gods to actually finish him, because mortal weapons and most god-tier powers cannot get the job done. Onaga. Onaga is the Dragon King, the first ruler of Outworld, predating Shao Kahn by centuries. The actual reason Shao Kahn is emperor at all is that Onaga's own trusted advisor, Khan himself, poisoned him over a long period and assumed the throne. The lore presents this not as a coup of strength, but as the only way Shao Kahn could conceivably win, because Onaga in direct combat was unbeatable. He returns in Mortal Kombat. Deception, and the entire game is built around the problem of an enemy nobody can actually kill. He is biologically immortal. He can absorb other warriors' souls and powers, similar to Shang Tsung, but more efficient and far more durable. His signature fatality involves either fire breath that incinerates the opponent to the bone, or the brute physical conversion of the enemy's body into a torn collection of parts mid-combat. He fights in a humanoid dragon form, roughly twice the size of a normal combatant. The lore kill count includes ruling Outworld for centuries before Shao Kahn, commanding dragon armies that conquered everything in their path, and in deception personally cutting through every protagonist who tries to stop him. The power tier reason he outranks Shao Kahn is the immortality factor. Shao Kahn can be killed by Elder God intervention. Onaga cannot be conventionally killed at all. The cast of Deception eventually defeats him only by stripping him of the magical artifacts giving him a temporary edge, not by overpowering him. He is the only character on this list whose actual problem is we cannot kill him. We have to wait him out. Raiden is the thunder god of Earthrealm. He is one of the original protector gods, has spent millennia defending humanity from Outworld invasions, and serves on the Council of Elder Gods at various points across the timeline. He is, in most timelines, the reason Earthrealm has not already been absorbed by Shao Kahn or unmade by Shinnok. The signature fatality is electrical overload. Raiden charges the opponent's body with so much lightning that it ruptures from the inside out, often resulting in the head exploding off the shoulders in a shower of arc fire. Variations include the lightning staff impalement and the tower-style fatality, where he sends opponents to other dimensions to be killed by his past selves. His lore kill count spans multiple invasions dungeons across millennia. Every time Outworld has tried to take Earthrealm, Raiden has been there cutting them down. And in the corrupted Dark Raiden arc of MK11, he becomes one of the most personally lethal characters in the entire roster. The power tier reason he outranks Onaga is the God factor. Onaga is immortal, but realm-bound. Raiden is a deity with access to powers operating outside the standard physics of any single realm. He can resurrect after death, traverse realms freely, communicate across time, and at full divine power, his electrical attacks are not just very strong lightning, but a fundamental force the realm itself runs on. His ceiling is not measured against other combatants. It is measured against other gods. Liu Kang started his career as a regular Shaolin monk and Earthrealm's tournament champion. He won the first Mortal Kombat tournament against Shang Tsung, defeated Shao Kahn alongside the others, died, returned as an undead revenant, and across the timelines has gone through more existential career changes than any other character in the franchise. The MK11 ending fundamentally reshapes him, and the MK1 game opens with him already in his final form. By MK1, Liu Kang is the fire god, the merged consciousness of his mortal self and Raiden's divine essence, and the keeper of time, having taken Kronika's throne after defeating her at the end of MK11. He architects the new timeline. He is, in effect, the god of his own custom-built universe. His signature fatality at this tier involves either dragon form transformations, where he turns into an enormous fire-breathing dragon and bites the opponent in half, or temporal manipulation kills where he ages the opponent to dust or rewinds them out of existence entirely. The lore kill count is hard to even define, because as Keeper of Time, he has effectively erased or rewritten entire timelines of villains. He has defeated Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Shinnok, Kronika, and various reality-threatening forces, in some cases, multiple times across multiple timeline iterations. The power tier reason he outranks Raiden is the upgrade in cosmic role. Raiden is a god of one realm. Liu Kang is the architect of an entire reality. Kronika is the Titan. She is the keeper of time, the architect of history, the mother of Cetrion and Shinnok, and the closest thing the Mortal Kombat universe has to a primordial cosmic being. She does not fight as a martial artist. She fights as a force of nature, rewinding her opponent's attacks before they land, freezing time around her, summoning past and future versions of her allies into the same moment. She is the only character in this entire franchise whose explicit, on-screen power is the ability to start the timeline over from scratch. When Kronika loses a fight, she does not retreat. She rewrites reality, so the fight never happened. The events of MK11 are largely structured around the protagonists trying to win a single decisive victory before she can rewind it. Her signature fatality involves either temporal overload, where she ages the opponent through their entire lifespan to skeletal dust in seconds, or Sand of Time crushes, where she traps them in a closing hourglass. The lore kill count is, in a real sense, infinite. Every villain who ever existed in any Mortal Kombat timeline was permitted to exist because Kronika allowed that version of history to play out. Every hero who ever died in a Mortal Kombat game died inside a universe she designed. She is the reason any of these other 11 characters exist in the first place. The power tier reason she sits alone at the top is simple. She is not on the roster the way the others are. She is the executive producer of the roster. When Liu Kang finally beats her, he does not kill her. He takes her job. Talk about a hostile takeover. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click the video on the screen now.